The event industry says this is the year everything changes. Marketing said this is the year that AI rewrites the rules. But AI said they already did it. So instead of adding another My Predictions for 2026 video, I read everyone else's reports. Every event trend list, every marketing trend list, every AI experience and strategy report. And what I found is this: they're all saying the same thing. They're just using different words. This is not my personal trend forecast. This is a reaction and synthesis of what the event industry and the marketing industry are publishing about the year 2026. I'm going to walk you through what every event trend report was really saying, what the marketing trend reports are saying, and then, of course, the overlap, the part nobody spells out clearly. Because the most important shift isn't a tool or a platform. It's that the gap between marketing and events is actually getting smaller and getting smaller faster. Across nearly every 2026 event trends list, the direction is remarkably consistent. The first trend theme that we saw was AI, data, and smart tech. Event tech is no longer just about registration and check-in. AI is being used for site selection, agenda design, attendance and demand forecasting, pricing and capacity planning, and vendor coordination, to name a few. The goal is automation for its own sake. It's better decisions earlier in the process. Theme number 2 was personalization and journeys. Personalized agendas, session and exhibitor recommendations, AI match networking, real-time feedback loops. The expectation is clear. If every attendee has the same experience, the event feels generic immediately. Theme number 3, data stacks and measurement. Event platforms are being framed as data hubs. Registration data, app behavior, session engagement, exhibitor interactions are being unified into profiles leadership actually care about. Events are becoming one of the strongest sources of first-party data that organizations have. But that only works if all that data can actually be seen, connected, and understood from one place. The need for unified data intelligence across events, marketing, that leadership has never been more important. Collecting data isn't the challenge anymore. Making it usable across the teams is. Theme number 4, experience, content, and formats. Event reports repeatedly emphasize experience first, shorter, sharper sessions, more interactions, and less lectures. Think workshops, labs, roundtables, co-creation. Events designed for memory and meaning, depth over volume, sustained value over quick hits. Physical, tactical experiences that cut through digital overload. In a world where anything digital can be generated, filtered, or faked, what you experience in person or hear directly from a real human carries more trust than almost anything. Theme number 5 was community and connection. Attendees increasingly cite connection and networking as the primary reason they show up. Smaller, more intentional communities are outperforming massive generic audiences. The live moment becomes an anchor, not the entire relationship. And lastly, theme number 6, economics and ROI. Costs are still rising, and that's driving outcome-based design. Think more sophisticated sponsorship models and a stronger pressure to show ROI and impact. Events are being designed backwards from the outcomes, not from traditions. So now let's take a look at the themes from the marketing list, because these themes are surprisingly parallel. Number 1 was AI as the operating layer. Marketing reports are clear. AI isn't just helping teams work faster, it's becoming the operating layer for decision making. Targeting, creative testing, media optimization, journey orchestration, all increasingly AI driven. Here's the subtext. AI is forcing teams to focus less on narrow execution and more on judgment, orchestration, and understanding how the whole system works. Theme number 2 was data, privacy, and trust. With privacy rules tightening and cookies disappearing, marketing is pivoting hard to first and zero-party data. Consented, intentional, value-based. Measurement's getting messier though. Incrementally, modeling and proxy metrics replace clean attribution. This isn't about better dashboards. It's about defending relevance and credibility. Number 3, personalization and authenticity. Marketing wants hyper-personalization, but at the same time, there's fatigue with over-polished and over-automated messaging. So authenticity becomes your key differentiator. Sharing real insights up front, human oversight, and real stories. If people can tell something was made without real thought or real experience, they don't just stop scrolling past it. They stop trusting the brand behind it. And theme number 4, community and owned relationships. Marketing trends increasingly emphasize micro communities, owned platforms, and leadership, employee, and creator voices because rented attention is expensive and becoming unreliable. Durable relationships matter more. Theme number 5, brand equals experience, not a department. Marketing trend reports are also making one thing clear. Brand isn't a department anymore. It's the sum of every interaction someone has with your organization across sales, support, product, leadership, and events. In the world where AI surfaces opinions, reviews, and recommendations from everywhere, inconsistencies show up fast. And lastly, number 6, attention quality over reach. Another shift happening in marketing. Reach is losing its power. Attention is becoming the metric that matters. Time spent, depth of engagement, trust. You can buy impressions, but you can't buy attention. And this is where events gain legitimacy as a marketing channel. They don't win on scale, they win on attention density. So here's the overlap that people aren't saying out loud. This is where everything converges. AI is everywhere, not just as a tool, but as a connective tissue. Marketing uses AI for targeting and orchestration. Events use AI for agendas, matchmaking, and operations. Same shift. Marketing needs consented data, and events generate it naturally. Registration, participation, interaction, presence. Events don't just collect data, they earn trust. Marketing personalizes across channels and accounts. Events personalize in physical and virtual spaces. Different environments, geographies, and contexts, but the same expectation. Marketing wants long-term engagement. Events create belonging. The overlap is year-round systems, not one-off moments. This is why events matter more. They're one of the few places where brand intent and brand reality meet in real life. Marketing needs authentic stories, and events produce them. Sessions, conversations, and moments become reusable assets across the entire content ecosystem throughout the entire year. Marketing faces pipeline accountability, events face costs and sponsor pressure. Both are being pushed toward performance-driven design. But here's the real takeaway hiding inside all of these reports and overlaps. The gap between marketing and events is getting much smaller. The teams are less siloed. The future belongs to teams that stop arguing about ownership and start designing the whole system together across channels, communities, and moments. One unified experience, one shared data spine, one set of outcomes designed around real people and not metrics. If you're planning for 2026 and realizing the old lines between marketing and events just don't make sense anymore, that's exactly the work we do at M Squared Dynamics. And if you want to hear how leaders across events, marketing, and tech are navigating the shift in real time, that's the conversations we have at Event About It podcast. Links are below. Choose what you need next. Well, these are the 2026 trends. None of them matter on their own, though. What matters is what you do with them. It matters how you design experiences, how you connect data, how you align your teams. You don't need to chase every trend. What you need to do is decide which ones actually move your business and design the system around that choice. Because trends don't create impact, decisions do. And the real question isn't what's changing, it's what you're willing to change about your teams and how they work together. That's where businesses grow, and that's where progress actually happens. Here's to 2026.